Welcome everybody to today's 1 million by 1 million public roundtable. This is our 119th session, and as you know, 1 million by 1 million aims to help 1 million entrepreneurs reach $1 million in annual revenue and beyond, build $1 trillion in global GDP and 10 million jobs. We will be offering a recording of the roundtable, and for those of you who are enjoying holidays today, you would be able to access the recording. However, because of the holidays, we are doing a relatively short session, just one presenter and a short segment explaining 1 million by 1 million. And if you're tweeting the show, live tweeting the show, you're very welcome to use the hashtag 1M1M to get viral leverage. And our Twitter handles are @1M by 1M and @Sramana. All right, so Luigi Staffa from Manchester, United Kingdom, is our presenter today. Luigi, pistonplanet.com, tell us what you're doing.
Okay, basically what we're doing here is it's an auto-social website. That's what we've been building for the last 6 months, and it's actually in beta form. We will be doing a new design as well.
What does that mean, auto-social? Who is the customer for auto-social?
Right, basically the customer will be the end user, where they can actually use it as classifieds. They'll be able to advertise the cars for classifieds, car dealers, car garages. There's also swap facilities where people can swap whatever vehicles, car parts, accessories. So it's mainly the end user and also car dealers and garage services.
Okay. And are you doing this for the UK?
We'll be looking at the UK first, and then hopefully launching it into different countries as well.
And how much competitive landscape analysis have you done, comparative positioning and comparative analysis?
Right. Basically, in the UK, we've got probably about two main kind of competitors. I mean, they've been established. One is called Auto Trader. He's been established for about 20+ years. And then there's another one which is called Piston Heads, and they've been established for over 10 years. But what they do is it's slightly different to us. Auto Trader, which is the leading competitor, there mainly is just actually a selling platform where basically it's all about selling cars, classifieds, car dealers. There's no kind of social element with it. So what we've added is a social. We want to create a social element to it mainly, and then we've added on the business side of classifieds, what will bring some income and advertising.
So you do not consider eBay Motors and those kinds of sites competitors?
Yeah, they are competitors, but we're looking kind of making it more of a social website where there will be blogs, forums, and kind of making it more of a social kind of website, or instead of a classifieds website. Like obviously eBay Motors is mainly about selling, Auto Trade is mainly about selling. So we want to create the concept of a social feel first, introduce that to the user, so then they can register, upload a profile, get comfortable with it, and then when they're ready, they can go ahead and sell a car through the classifieds.
Okay. All right, let's keep going.
So basically, this is the home page. It's just the beta version. So this is the home page, how it's going to look. You've got the home, members, classified, SWOT reviews, clubs, news, blogs and forums. So it's quite simple. You'll just go on ahead and there. You've got the register on the right hand side where they can just basically register, upload all the details. Then once you've registered, it'll upload. You'll get an email with your password. And then what you'll do is you'll just create your own profile, so you can add cars to it, profile pictures, events, swaps, any blogs or forums, anything. anything what you're interested in, basically.
Okay. And what is the strategy for getting traffic and getting the social network to start, seeding the social network, so to speak?
Right, basically, I mean, we're only a very small company, it's a startup, so basically the strategy here is first of all is word of mouth with all friends, using Facebook, social media basically, Facebook, Twitter. We're also doing a campaign with basically posters, leaflets, business cards. We're also going to go around kind of just giving out all leaflets, do kind of a small road show. So starting it off basically with kind of that system, and hopefully people pass it on and grow it from there.
Okay, you're going to need to really think through the traffic building strategy, because there is a very serious challenge it's a very, the internet today is a very noisy place, and there are very definitive strategies of how to bring traffic into your site, and you really need to understand those strategies and figure out which ones you're going to implement and how you're going to implement them, because everything that you described sounds very much like, okay, we put it up there and we do a few things here and there and see what sticks. That is not the way to build a company. You're going to have to be very, very systematic in how you put this out there and how you drive traffic to the site with metrics, with specific marketing campaign strategies. It's very important that you get this right.
Yeah, I mean, you're entirely correct. I mean, what we're looking at is, we're looking mainly at a marketing strategy. I mean, that's because basically there's only myself, and I've had, like I explained in the email, I've had some programmers in India and Pakistan working on it. So basically there's only been myself and 4 other people working on it. So the market strategy, once it was developed, then we would look at kind of employing a marketing company to give us a strategy to follow the right.
I would not do that.
No?
I absolutely would not do that.
What would you recommend?
I would like you to understand exactly what those strategies are and figure out which ones you can afford and which ones you feel comfortable about. And then you can hire freelancers to work with you. That is fine. But one, I think I would like to understand what you're doing on the development side. It's what you just said about having a few programmers in India and Pakistan work on it on an ad hoc basis. Without proper management, you will never be able to get a site up. And if you get a site up, it will be impossible to manage. You need a strategy to keep. I mean, if the site is going to be your main vehicle of carrying this business forward, you need a strategy to keep that site going. 1, to build that site in a way that it scales, and 2, to keep that site maintained and going in terms of, going on. So I don't feel comfortable with this idea of having, a whole bunch of random programmers building your site. Do you have a strategy of how you're going to manage these programmers and how you're going to maintain the site and so forth?
Well, what we've got is, basically how it works is there's a project manager based in the UK, in London, and basically he manages his designers and developers. So basically he's my key, where I basically we have.
So you have a project manager in the UK. That's better. That's definitely better.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't explain. Sorry, my fault. Yeah, there's a project manager. I've not got it at random and just picked some developers. No, we've got a project manager in the UK. Good. Basically, they work directly under his leadership, and basically once we have meetings and agree on which way to go forward, then obviously everything gets done in a proposal. Then he takes that forward, and then he basically divulges that and lets the programmers, designers basically carry on doing the work. So he kind of runs the whole project.
Okay. So Luigi, hold on for a second. I want to talk a little bit to the audience. Folks, I see a lot of you are in the room, and I'm getting private messages asking if you're in the right roundtable. Yes, you are in the right roundtable. What we are working with right now is Luigi Staffa's business. Luigi Staffa is an entrepreneur based in Manchester, and he's working on a social auto website and a community of people around around auto-related businesses, both consumers as well as dealers, and various service people, parts suppliers, parts swap, all sorts of auto-related functions. That's what we're discussing right now. After we finish talking to Luigi, what I'm going to do is actually talk to you guys. So all of you who are in the room, I will try to accommodate all of you and get a sense of what is it that you are working on in a short segment, and just do a little bit of a audience pitching and polling of what kind of businesses are you working on. And then we'll spend a little bit of time talking about 1 million by 1 million. Now, this is a slight diversion from our regular format. In our regular format, we actually have 5 presenters, just like Luigi is doing his pitch right now in an audio interactive mode. Normally, we do up to 5, somewhere between 3 to 5 normally, presenters in that mode, and then we do the audience Q&A. Today, we are going to give more time to the audience Q&A and audience pitching, okay? So that's going to be the agenda for the rest of the 45 minutes or so. So let's finish talking to Luigi and working on his business, and then get ready to discuss your businesses as well. All right, Luigi, keep going. So you have customers here. Can you talk to me also about what is the definition of a customer? You talked about users. Talk to me about the definition of customers in the sense that who is going to be paying for it? What is the business model? Is it an advertising supported business model, classifieds, are they paid for, and so on and so forth?
Yes, there's 2. Yes, that's a supported basis of classifieds will be paid. There's 2 sections of classifieds. There's one which is a basic classifieds, which is free. The premium one is a paid classifieds, where obviously people and users will be paying for the premium classified advert.
Are there any other sources of revenue? You'll probably have advertisements.
Yeah, what we're looking at is, we're looking at, like I said, advertisement agencies. Once we build up quite a number of users, we will approach, got that in the strategy, we'll be approaching advertisement agencies for them to basically advertise on the website. So obviously a revenue from agencies. Also, this sponsored ads by Google is another way of creating some income. So those are the main kind of income resources so far, what we've got planned. There is another feature. What we're looking at, which we're actually working on now, but we're keeping that under wraps because we haven't found any kind of business doing that at this moment in time, and that will bring a substantial amount of income. So we're working on a new feature which should take another 6 to 8 weeks to develop and hopefully implement.
What is the business model around that?
Basically, the business model around that is to the auto-related businesses, which will be garages, mainly garages and car dealers. So they will be paying.
Lead generation for the car dealers and the garages.
Yes, so they will be paying. The end user won't be paying it, but it's the businesses what will be paying.
Okay, got it. Okay. We talked about this already, the customer.
Yeah, we talked about this already, basically, just a brief little
I talked to you that you need to really understand what your options are and figure out where are the cost-effective ones. We talked about
we talked about this as well, basically.
Okay, so you have some questions. Go ahead.
Sorry?
You have a bunch of questions here, so go ahead with your questions.
Yeah, basically, I'm just looking on here, is initial approach is basic experienced professionals as we're not 100% happy with the overall. So that were the questions. What we looked at is when we actually started the project, we struggled getting the relevant kind of designers, developers, and basically that's what we struggled. We did find a project manager which we've actually installed now, and basically the system has changed completely. So that's where we are so far. So we have restructured it actually, because we've actually done that already, and we found some financing as well.
So these are no longer your questions?
No, I've actually already sorted them out.
You've already got some of that going. Now, I'll give you a little bit of input on this. The way we believe the best way to design, the best way to move forward with these kinds of projects, if you are actually using outsourced resources, is to work with firms that specifically specialize in your kind of projects. You know, whether it's websites or social media sites or mobile applications and so forth. And within the 1 million by 1 million program, we have vendors who do that, and they follow specific methodology, and they do it in a very cost-effective way. And both the design, development, and maintenance are handled by reliable sources, so to speak. We follow methodology most of the time. So my guidance to you would be both on the engineering side, development side, as well as on the marketing side. You need to follow methodology, and there are very specific methodologies of building web businesses today. The web has been around now for about 16 years, right? 1994 is when the browser started becoming relevant and available. So we are in almost actually 18 years now that the web has been around. A lot of web businesses have been built, and we have done a comprehensive case study-based analysis on what's working in the web businesses and what's not working, and that is something that we recommend that you try to understand.
Okay, so obviously it's going to be beneficial for us to join your premium roundtable on the where we pay. Obviously, it's so then we can get relevant information to help us along.
Yeah, so let me talk to you a little bit about 1 million by 1 million. I'll spend a few minutes explaining to you how we work with 1 million by how we work within 1 million by 1 million, and then I'd like to do the audience roundtable, so to speak. We have a bunch of people in the audience, and I'd like to poll and understand what businesses you are working on, and just get a sense of who's in the room and what kind of projects are in the room, so to speak. So before we do that, I'll give you a little bit of an overview of how 1 million by 1 million works with entrepreneurs. And Luigi, this is as much for you as anybody else.
Yes.
And before I jump into that, actually, one thing I want to say is that the mission of 1 million by 1 million is to help 1 million entrepreneurs reach $1 million in annual revenue by 2020. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is by bringing really serious entrepreneurs into the program. There are entrepreneurs, and then there are serious entrepreneurs. There are entrepreneurs who think that, things are going to just happen on their own. They're going to be lucky. That is not the kind of entrepreneurs that we can make successful, because our philosophy of business building is putting one step before the other. We have to work with entrepreneurs who are willing to do the work. We can give you the whole framework, structure, methodology, knowledge, guidance, connections, all of that through our program, but you are still going to have to go and execute on it. So what we do in 1 million by 1 million is give you a whole bunch of resources based on which you can build your business. So the website for 1M1M is 1m1m.sramanamitra.com. The resources, we have the first level of resources is our blog. And if you go to our blog, you will get lots of case studies. And the whole philosophy of this program is a case study-based approach. We have brought very, very successful entrepreneurs onto this forum, onto this platform, who have shared their experiences and their knowledge with entrepreneurs who are trying to learn, so that you can take their lessons from the trenches and build on it. So the blog is full of case studies, and this is all completely free. On top of that, you have the Entrepreneur Journeys book series, in which we synthesize some of the knowledges of the entrepreneurial journeys of a whole lot of entrepreneurs. So each book is based on 12 to 16 case studies, and in particular, all the books are available, by the way, on Amazon, Kindle, and Flipkart in India, Amazon and Kindle in all over the world, particularly, you know, US, UK, Germany, Italy, France. All these countries have specific Amazon sites, and you will find the books available from all of those sites. Now, two of our core philosophies are bootstrapping and positioning. Bootstrapping is one of the guidance we have for all of you entrepreneurs, is that financing is very difficult to get. From professional institutional investors, financing is very, very difficult to get until you do a certain amount of validation of your business. You prove that you've got some traction, your concept works, your business models work, your pricing models work. All this has to be done in the bootstrapping phase. So we have dedicated one volume of Entrepreneur Journeys to the concept of bootstrapping, and you have case study after case study on that topic. Positioning is another really key method for the lean, capital efficient startup building process. You have to position your company in a very specific, laser sharp way to be able to execute in a capital efficient manner. So anyway, these are books where you will find some level of synthesis of our case studies, and the blog is at sramanamitra.com. In addition, we have these strategy roundtables every week. Today we are doing a short session because of the holidays. We have two big holidays, but normally we try to accommodate up to 5 entrepreneurs to pitch the way Luigi has been pitching. We try to accommodate up to 5 entrepreneurs to pitch. So if you'd like to pitch and have an interactive discussion about your business at this roundtable, please sign up to pitch at one of the follow-on roundtables coming up, and we will make sure that we find you a slot to come and discuss your business with me. We are on our 119th roundtable. So this has been going on for a long time. I have personally coached hundreds of entrepreneurs at these sessions as well as at our private roundtables. And we are approaching, I think, something like 10,000 people who have participated in these sessions. So this has been going on for a long time. And what we try to do at these roundtables is to give you strategy guidance. You know, you can use these roundtables to get some input on your business strategy, and basically to calibrate what you're doing and how you're doing it, and whether you're going down the right path. And some people come and, just, get lots of different input on their financing strategy, on their customer acquisition strategy, on their team building strategy, whatever are the different aspects of business building that you need help with, we try to help with that. In addition, we have the premium program, which has extensive methodology guidance, and our methodology is a lean, capital efficient startup building methodology. We have a very strong curriculum. We have over 100 hours of curriculum, and these are case study and video lecture based curriculum. We do a lot of business development work. We are very, very well connected in Silicon Valley as well as in several global entrepreneurial ecosystems. So let's say you have a business that you're trying to build customers for, or you're trying to find customers to validate with, and we have customers, we have a network in that segment. We will make sure that you get introductions into that segment. We will make sure that potentially introductions to potential customers, channel partners, as well as, of course, investors. We work with lots of investors in different geographies and different communities, and we are very well networked in the Silicon Valley investor community. So all of that will be available to you as you build your business. And what we are doing with these roundtables are essentially strategy consulting. You know, our belief is that good world-class strategy consulting, the McKinsey, Bain style strategy consulting, has been restricted to very large companies because small companies cannot afford it. So what we've done in 1 million by 1 million is we've created this strategy consulting, world-class strategy consulting, affordable for the smaller companies by using a unique combination of curriculum and these roundtables. So we have both public roundtables, and in the premium program we have private roundtables for the members only. If you're considering joining the program, you will find these pages, premium program and FAQ, as good places to look at. Is the top right corner, you have these buttons where we explain what you can expect from the program. The site, as I said, is 1m1m.sramanamitra.com. As I said, the methodology is lean, capital efficient, bootstrap startups. In the curriculum and in these roundtables, what we discuss are some core topics, and we have video lectures and case studies on all those topics: bootstrapping, positioning, customer validation, financing, customer acquisition, team building. These are all topics that you need to master. And when I talk to you, talk to the audience right after this segment, I would like you to ask me questions on those topics so that I can help you further your understanding on those topics that is relevant to your business. So, you know, these are topics on which you can, even now at the roundtable, you can ask questions. As far as the electives are concerned, we try to offer you curriculum material as well as consulting on specific trends of the industry. So we see a lot of businesses, we have a lot of members in the program in the web businesses. So Web 3.0 and e-commerce is a major trend, and it's something that we teach quite extensively. Cloud computing and business solutions is another major trend. Outsourcing and consulting, we see a lot of businesses in those segments. Mobile and social apps, gaming, healthcare IT, online education, these are all major trends, and we have lots of companies working on those trends in the program. The program is delivered in a completely online, self-service virtual mode. You get case studies that you need to read, and you have video lectures synthesizing the nuggets in those case studies. And we recommend that you spend, you know, a good chunk of time as you join the program in mastering these case studies and video lectures, because that's where a lot of knowledge imparting goes on. I have a favorite saying is that, you know, there's a bunch of knowledge sitting in my head, and we have not yet gotten to the level of innovation where I can put all that knowledge in a little chip, computer chip, take that chip from my brain and put it in your brain to transmit all that knowledge. We're not there as far as innovation is concerned yet. We're working on it. So in the meantime, the 1 million by 1 million program, the case studies, the curriculums, the strategy consulting, the discussion forums, the Q&As that we do inside the private lounge on the website, all that is serving as a proxy for that knowledge implant that is probably coming somewhere downstream in the next 50, 100 years, where we can actually implant knowledge by putting a chip from my brain to yours. All right, so I'm going to spend most of my time right now for the next 15, 20 minutes talking to you guys and your specific businesses. So all of you who are in the audience, you have a shot at asking questions about your specific business. So use the public chat. Make sure you set the public chat, send to all participants. Don't send me private chats, but go ahead and take the space in the public chat and very quickly explain what you're doing and a question about your business that you would like me to answer. Okay? So I'm looking for the first question. So Ralph is saying he has to leave in 5 minutes. He'll come back on Monday for the next roundtable. That's the Israel roundtable with Microsoft. Actually, by the way, folks, on Monday we are doing a roundtable in Israel, and Microsoft is offering 1 million by 1 million scholarships to the 3 people who are going to win that pitch contest. That is actually a pitch contest. It's a competition, and Microsoft is awarding scholarships for that competition. So do come and check it out. And next Thursday also we are doing another big session for with 3-day startup also for Israel. And after that, on March 15th, I'm leaving for India, and on March 17th we'll have an informal meetup roundtable in Pune, India, and then I'm going to be at the ISBA Incubator Conference in Pune for 3 days until March 19th. Then we will have an event in Calcutta on March 23rd. Thai Kolkata is hosting me on March 23rd, and then we will do a large set of roundtables. I think there are going to be 15 pitch slots at the roundtable on April 2nd, and then we'll do an event in the evening with Open Coffee Club. Ralph Lippold is asking, what would be a viable product or service for an entrepreneurial accelerator in an area where innovation mainly is driven currently by public funding? Interesting question, Ralph. I think there are various sources of public funding for various different types of R&D, so to speak, right? So there are biotech-related R&D funding available. There is clean tech-related R&D funding available. So you have to energy-related R&D funding available. So you could potentially create a product or a service which brings together ways to connect into those sources of funding and the knowledge required to apply for those sources of funding. Anybody else? Any other question? You're welcome, Ralph. Anybody else? Anybody else who's working on accelerators and incubators? We do have an affiliate program. We're actually working with a lot of affiliate partners who are supplementing their local incubation programs with 1 million by 1 million. And we offer a 10% affiliate commission on those. So folks, you are all asking questions to me privately. Don't do that. This is a public roundtable, so you have to ask questions in the public roundtable. Shivaram is asking, what has been your experience in online education in the Indian market? Any business models emerging for the working adults? Shivaram from Bangalore. Shivaram, yes, we are seeing lots of different types of educational concepts emerging in India. Education is a online education is a very big market, a very big opportunity for India. We're seeing business models that are corporate funded business models, for instance, depending on if you're a working adult working, for instance, in let's say in the IT industry and you're trying to learn project management, that would be a business model where corporations would be potentially paying your tuition, for instance. And so that's one possibility in the business model. In some cases, working adults can pay themselves to access certain kinds of trainings and education to advance their their knowledge. So those are some examples. Folks, don't send me questions privately. Maureen is telling you that make sure you set up your chat, send to all participants so that the questions go to everybody in the room can see your questions. Otherwise, you're sending me private chat messages and people can't see your questions. Okay, next question. Let's do a couple of more questions very quickly. So Shivaram, looks like you're working on an online education business in India. And Luigi, did you get enough material on the kinds of questions you had about joining the premium program?
Yeah, I've had enough questions. I find it very useful.
Okay, good.
I will be joining the premium. Thank you.
Awesome, excellent. Look forward to working with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Shivaram, you're looking at the retail sector who cannot move out of their stores for training. Well, I think your best bet on that one would be to actually do corporate training for the employees of the retailer who will organize, specific sessions for training their employees. They have to train their employees, so maybe the problem that you need to solve is the problem of the stores who need training as opposed to the individual employees themselves. Anybody else? Any other questions? What else are you guys working on? I'm going to start polling actually people who haven't spoken yet. I see Anita Yang. Anita, tell us where you're joining from, and at least, all of you, please tell us where you're joining from and a few lines about what project you're working on. This really is a roundtable, and we want to hear from you. Daniel Watkins, tell us. John L. I think Irina and Ken have told you what they're working on. Kimberly Williams, Kiran, Ramki Pale, Shivaram already just told us. In fact, actually, Ramki is working on an online education program and online education project, and he is a premium program member. So he's actually making very nice progress in working on an online education business for the IT sector. Are you guys shy? Shivaram, I'm going to be in Bangalore on April 2nd. So yes, there are going to be open meets. Basically, Citrix is holding roundtables. We're going to do at least 3 sets of roundtables. So there are going to be at least 15 roundtable pitch slot with audience participation at the Citrix office in Bangalore in the afternoon on the 2nd of April. And then there's going to be a dinner event that looks like with OCC, Open Coffee Club, and they are planning a debate for that event. That's going to be an open meet as well. So definitely come for one of those events, and I look forward to meeting you. Anybody else? Any other questions? And I'm very, very curious about where you guys are joining from and what you're working on. Tell us. This is a roundtable. You're supposed to participate. So online education, by the way, since there are several people in the room who are working on online education or education sector businesses, online education is a booming sector right now. There's, for many, many years, people could not figure out how, how to penetrate the education market in terms of distribution. But with social media, a wonderful thing has happened. Both the students, the teachers, and the parents are now online in social media. So you can actually reach them and market to them online. And that has made it very attractive as far as the education sector businesses are concerned in terms of distribution. Shivaram is asking any way to meet up with Ramki of online education. Ramki is in Atlanta, Georgia right now. He's going to be moving back to Chennai soon, later this year. So you can try to connect up with Ramki. All right. Looks like I don't see any other questions or comments. In that case, we're going to wrap up today. And normally the roundtable actually runs between 60 to 90 minutes. As I said today, because of the Indian holiday, the Festival of Colors, Holi, and the Jewish holiday, Purim, we are going to do a shorter roundtable. because a lot of our audience are enjoying their holidays. If you have any other questions or comments last minute, I'll give you a few minutes, and then we're going to wrap up the show. Feel free to use the blog and the, and the various resources that I talked about, so that you can, take advantage of all the resources we've brought together. We've brought together over the last 6 years an immense amount of resources for you. So please take advantage of those resources. If you want to pitch, the March 12th roundtable is already booked up, but March 15th, April 12th, April 19th, April 26th, we have lots of roundtable pitch slots. There are at least 20 pitch slots. And then on April 2nd in Bangalore, in the in-person roundtable, there's going to be another 15 pitch slots. So please make sure that you sign up, as those registration pages are all available. You should make sure that you you register, so that we can accommodate a pitch slot for you. One last point: those of you who are looking for ideas, if you are interested in entrepreneurship but you do not have an idea yet, you're welcome to look at my book, Vision India 2020. It has $45 billion business ideas. And it's written as if it's a business fiction set in 2020. We are sitting in 2020 looking back on building these businesses. So a lot of the strategies of these businesses are nicely mapped out. We have businesses in education, healthcare, lots of information technology, and even in businesses in education, healthcare, we have lots of information technology businesses in those spaces, infrastructure, lifestyle businesses, e-commerce businesses, design businesses, and entertainment, film, all sorts of interesting businesses that you could, steal, morph, ideas that you can steal, morph, build in the context of your own ideas. You can add your own ideas into these businesses. And we have a module in 1 Million by 1 Million to help you build on these ideas. And by the way, even though this book focuses on India, it is actually a development economics book. So if you're working in Latin America, for instance, or Africa, or East Asia, or Eastern Europe, you could apply a lot of these ideas to those geographies as well. So the business concepts are very similar in a lot of those geographies. For instance, we have a cheese business in the book, and it talks about how to build a cheese franchise. Well, this is something you can even do in America. Today we buy a lot of cheese. We love good cheese. And, and in America, a lot of good cheese is actually imported from Europe. And in America, small communities are just learning to develop good cheese, produce good cheese. Vermont, for instance, and the Napa Valley are two areas where good cheese is now starting to be produced. So conceivably, you could take that cheese business idea and you can apply it even to North America. Outside of Europe, that business is not so well developed. So it's a very fun book with lots of very fun ideas for building businesses. And there are a number of educational business ideas, number of rural BPO, small town BPO kind of ideas for business process outsourcing ideas for those of you who are working on India. There's a lot of cross-border ideas between Europe and India, and you can make that Europe and Vietnam, you can make that in Europe and Cambodia, all sorts of, cross-border concepts. So it's a very cool set of, idea-triggering readings. Okay, looks like we are going to wrap up the session today, and we will see you on Monday, some of you, for the Microsoft Israel Startup Network 1 Million by 1 Million session, and then on March 15th, we will see you at our regular roundtable. Bye-bye, everybody.
Okay, bye-bye.
Have a good week.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.